Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome, I'm happy to have you. In this video I will try to convince you that playing with a positive mindset is the way to go. So for the next minutes, I want you to forget about mechanics.
I'm too old for this sort of thing.
I want you to sit back and relax, and hopefully pay attention to the 2 tips that will get you from gold to diamond. But before we start, I want to ask you to subscribe to my channel. It's free, and you can always unsubscribe later if you don't like my content. It doesn't matter if you're a bronze player or a supersonic legend. At some point you will lose the sense of positivity when you're playing. It's almost impossible to avoid, but with a few small tips from me, a person with a high tolerance for trash talk, and an extreme amount of patience, I will get you there. I'm not sure why some people tend to rage, but it might be because they are highly competitive. If this is something you can relate to, let me know in the comments below. Why do you rage? I've come to the conclusion that most of the players that rage have a low tolerance for mistakes. It doesn't matter when the mistake happened, because it can be everything from after 5 seconds or when it's 5 seconds left of the game. But when it comes to mistakes, the mistakes I do is most of the time based upon my understanding of how the ball bounces off the wall, or misreading my teammates' positioning, and my understanding of when to go for the ball. I've spent some time trying to find out what my problem is, but I can't seem to figure out how to fix it. I've tried to play safe, where I focus on defending, and I've also tried to adopt a more aggressive playstyle, but so far it has not been very successful. But what I do know is that I'm stubborn and I always want to win. Since I try to have a competitive mindset, I rarely forfeit because I always believe there's a chance of coming back. Because I believe in the underdog. And this might be because I'm used to being an underdog myself, but the essence of this is that you need to look forward and to try to focus on what you can do to make things right. Ask yourself this: how can I contribute so that we win the game? So here comes tip number 1. By being positive, you can change the outcome of every situation. What I suggest is that you should try to motivate your teammate and to motivate yourself in order to win the game. If your teammate wants to forfeit, ask if you can try one more time. If you then manage to score right off the bat, you are on your way to change the outcome of the game. If you're worried about being flamed for your mistakes, let them know that you are aware of them and that you're trying to play better. And you might actually be surprised, because most of the time they understand. I'm speaking of experience here, so you can trust me on this one. By letting them know that you're aware of your mistakes, there's actually a chance that they will try to motivate you to perform better. When your teammate supports you, you will feel better about yourself and you gain confidence and motivation, which again increases your chances of winning the game. At the same time, you are building a relationship with this person. You connect over mistakes, and you create a bond that will last for at least 5 minutes, unless they decide to take it all back and leave the game. But when you end up winning the game after you spent most of the time saying sorry, all is forgotten and they might actually want to team up. If you end up teaming up, you have now established a relationship that can last for another 5 minutes, with the possibility of
they keep going and going.
In order to constantly stay positive, you need to worry less. What I mean by this is that you should not focus on the small mistakes you do in game and never blame your teammate for it.
Still going.
Try to focus on the positive sides of your gameplay instead. You should also try to do less, and I believe this is the key to ranking up, at least in the low ranks and all the way up to champion. Try to analyze the field and your opponents instead of flying through the air like a maniac. So here comes tip number 2. Focus on clean hits and easy touches. If they are pressuring you in defense, the opponents I mean, get a good clear and re-establish. Try to build momentum in order to counterattack, because sometimes attacking can be the best defense. But in order to make that work, you need to understand both your teammate and your opponents. Every player plays differently, and if you're solo queuing like I am, this can be a hard task. But the most important thing to remember is to be positive. This combined with encouragement and validation will make you win more games. If you come this far into the video, thank you. I recommend that you press the like button because I could sure use the help of the algorithm, and it encouraged me to make more videos like this. So, to sum it all up, ranking up can be a struggle, but if you follow these 2 tips, I'm sure that you will get there in no time. Focus on being positive and try not to go for every ball. Read the field, see where your teammate is positioned and play together. Because if you try to do everything on your own, your teammate might play worse, and if you're really unlucky, he or she will leave the game. To win more games, you have to play smarter. If you spend some time analyzing how your opponents play, you can make smarter decisions where you punish them for their mistakes.